one of the points that Devendra Fadnavis made in the news conference that you just heard right now, he said the mandate in Maharashtra and the number which is crossed 230 now shows that the people of Maharashtra have accepted Eknath Shinde as the real Shiv Sena. Look at the numbers that you have right now. The scale of Uddhav Thackeray's loss, nowhere to be seen except for his mouthpiece, the embarrassing Sanjay Raut, who came and made a complete fool of himself. Well, that is the truth. The kind of comments that he made, very embarrassing earlier this morning when the numbers stabilized. But look at this. Shiv Sena, that is Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, with 56 seats, has more seats than Uddhav Thackeray, than Sharad Pawar and the Congress put together. Uddhav Thackeray just managed about 18 seats. Now, this number has changed in the last few minutes, but Shinde has more seats than the MVA now. And that is the reality of where the Maha Vikas Aghadi stands. Different ideologies, mixed platter, where that was brought to the election table this time around. Contested 80 seats. Look at the strike rate. As far as Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena is concerned, contested 80 seats. They are as of now leading in 56. That number is changing constantly, but around 56, 57. Strike rate is well above 70%. Strike rate of the Eknath Shinde's party, well above 70%. Look, contrast that to Uddhav Thackeray's party, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, contested 94 seats, more than Shinde, contested 94 seats, leading in just about 18 seats. And the strike rate, a dismal 19%. 19% strike rate for Uddhav Thackeray, 70% and more for Eknath Shinde. Shows you the reality of what people feel about who is the real carrier of the legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray. Pick it.
I feel that Uddhav Thackeray is paying the price of Pitrudosh. The way he has destroyed the legacy of his father. There is a very important thing in Hindu religion called Pitrudosh.
Yes.
If you make your ancestors unhappy, you have to pay a very heavy price. That is what has happened in this case, I think.
Yeah, PK.
I think it's worth pointing out, when you talk about strike rate, that for the third consecutive election, state election in Maharashtra, the strike rate of the BJP is easily the highest. I think the strike rate this time is around 85%.
Oh, above 85%.
85%. So, you see, in the last election, ironically in 2019, under the leadership of Devendra Fadnavis, BJP strike rate was closer to 90%. It's very, very strong.
70% actually.
So very high compared to everybody else.
Yes.
You know, Shiv Sena, led by Uddhav at that time, the united Shiv Sena, had a much lower strike rate. And because of that, even though they contested nearly the same number of seats, BJP was way ahead in seat count than the Shiv Sena. And in order to counter that factor, Uddhav Thackeray betrayed the mandate of the people and formed a government with the opposition.
Betrayed his father's ideology.
And betrayed his father's ideology completely. So the point is that this time, the electorate has paid him back in kind fully.
Absolutely.
You know, they have paid him back in kind, and they have again, for the third consecutive election, endorsed the leadership of Devendra Fadnavis. So, I think Devendra Fadnavis over the last 5 years has sacrificed a lot. I think it is time that he is rewarded. I fully agree that it's time that he is rewarded. And I think Eknath Shinde also has contributed significantly to this victory.
Yes.
And needs to be accommodated with some honor. And I think that the best way to honor his performance is to accommodate him in the center.
From 1991,
the Union government.
BJP's strike rate was always better than Shiv Sena.
Always.
And when BJP became bigger brother in 2014 elections, they started demanding more seats from Shiv Sena. Those seats were where Shiv Sena had lost with heavy majority. So Shiv Sena was heavily lost, had heavily lost those seats, and those seats were demanded by Shiv Sena.
Okay.
So BJP. And Shiv Sena refused. And on that front, on that particular background, the alliance was broken. Okay.